flash in the pan idea by Oliver Bulleid, the travelling pub was an idea that came and went as quickly as its travelling punters. With a mock Tudor design, pub sign and questionable printed brickwork adorning its exterior, it was a concept as attractive as the idea of a warm pint. It's 1949, and in London British Railways are showing off the first of their latest venture, the Jolly Tar, otherwise known as the travelling pub. Designed by the former Southern Railways chief mechanical engineer Oliver Bulleid, a man infamous for his Q1s, Merchant Navy, Battle of Britain and Leader locomotives, as well as that double-decker we've previously covered, they would prove to be one of his lesser works of design. Destined to operate out of London and quench the thirst of the Southern and Eastern lines, the taverns would be based on the design of a mock Tudor pub, thought to be inspired by the Chequers Inn at Pulborough in Sussex. However, mock Tudor is not cheap, with the venture costing British Railways Restaurant Car Management Division £64,000 of their yearly £281,000 budget. Adjusted for inflation, this would be £2.3 million out of a £10.154 million budget. This rather significant amount included the making of 8 two-car sets, carrying the names the White Horse, the Salutation, the Jolly Tar, the Dolphin, the Bull, the Green Man, the Crown, and 3 plovers. Interior decoration featured everything you would expect in a traditional English countryside Tudor inn, including whitewashed walls, dark oak beams, high back oak seats, tiled floors, and for the extra touch, Bulleid even added small leaded pane windows. The bar itself was made solely of wood, and featured everything a typical pub or inn would stock, including draft and bottled beer, Guinness, port, gin, rum, brandy, and a host of nibbles. Meanwhile, outside, the carriage found itself with a pub sign of the set's name adorning the door, and a questionable false brick paintwork which would prove to be the talking point of the venture, if not in the nicest of terms. Upon their summer 1949 launch, they were found to receive a mixed reception, with one letter to the Times criticising their faux heritage even being signed by a host of designers and critics, including heads of the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Royal College of Art, the Council of Industrial Design, and the Institute of Contemporary Arts. It seems Parliament themselves warmed even less to the idea, a key point when remembering the government had nationalised British Railways the year prior, and therefore was the boss. That June, in a parliamentary hearing, MP Tom Dryburgh said, "Words fail to express the full horror which I felt when the announcement was made by BR of the cars which they described as being mock Tudor style." Another politician called the tavern cars bogus sentimentality. However, the parliamentary secretary to the Ministry of Transport and future Prime Minister Jim Callaghan came to their defence, saying, "The use to which these tavern cars has been put has exceeded the wildest expectations in revenue that the railway executive ever hoped to get. Nobody likes them except the public, and the public have flocked to them." Quickly though, the mock Tudor design began to show its faults, with the oak beams being too low, the small leaded windows making the carriages feel claustrophobic, and a lack of ventilation that in a southern British summer made them almost unbearable. However, in a report for Lord Inman of the British Transport Executive, the interior was regarded as generally acceptable, but the exterior brickwork was regarded as incredibly bad. By 1950, British Railways had admitted defeat, with the exterior brickwork being removed early that year and an interior remodel into a more conventional design with larger windows in 1951. In 1959, a reported £23,000, over £500,000 in today's money, was spent refurbishing the 8 sets into conventional dining cars, and with that, it was final call at the travelling pub. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this episode of Off the Rails, why not leave a like and consider subscribing so that you don't miss future videos.